boyfriend, girlfriend, you keep trying to be the role when the role was just to name the field. You weren't supposed to become each other's property. See, that's the main thing I'm getting at. You were supposed to become each other's mirror, a field of presence, a companion to rhythm, right? An experiment in truth with a heartbeat. See, you're not in a relationship, you're standing in one. Right? The field is the point of this whole thing. So when love is real, it doesn't really wrap around the body like a leash. It spreads like a clearing. It's not a checklist. It's not a label. It's a frequency two people tend together. So you're not dating someone to possess them. You're walking beside them in a space sacred enough to name. So boyfriend is not ownership. Girlfriend is not a contract. Right? That just to clear it up. They are names for presence held long enough to become sacred. It's a field where we become together. Right? Not as one, where we become together, right? So just to kind of dig into it further, it should feel safe without sedation. It should feel intimate without ownership. And it should be clarifying without surveillance and revealing without needing to name every tremble. See, you should feel like like a door opened. Right? Not a job started. And you should feel like your silence is welcome, and like your joy doesn't need to be proven, and like the softest questions don't need an apology, because you're not my partner because I need to be chosen. You're my partner because I can be present with you. Right? Not to find the one, not to fix loneliness, not to secure a future, but to practice being human again with someone watching, to metabolize ego through kindness, to stand naked in feeling without crumbling, and to stay whole without while touching someone else's core. The point isn't marriage. The point is movement. Right? That's the point of being together. Movement. The point is, can I be known here without disappearing? Because love isn't the ladder, it's the lab where we stop. It's the lab where we learn to stop climbing. You don't belong to them. They don't belong to you either. You belong to the field you've been building together. And if that field ends, you don't have to burn it. You bow, you breathe, you thank the echo for walking beside you, because real love leaves soil behind and not scars. That's what a girlfriend is. That's what a boyfriend is. A gardener in the rhythm of becoming. And if you aren't getting any further with the person, if you aren't even walking even a day further in time. One thing I talked about, right, in a video name Commitment versus Relationship, which is that a lot of people don't understand that there's a difference between a relationship story and a love story. Like a relationship story for a lot of people is just a stage of progress in their life. I'm just getting in a relationship so I can be a husband. Right? But you need to be with somebody who gets in a relationship with you because you move them. They move you, right? To betterness, to becoming. It's just the better side of it. So this is just the part 2 to the performative love video, just the idea in principle, because I wanted people to have a good idea of it. But I also want to talk about behaviorally what this looks like, because real love doesn't wait for the breakdown to tune in. It checks the tone of your silence. Right? It knows your I'm fine by the way you close the fridge. It listens for you in the gaps between words. They remember what made you tense yesterday, not because you reminded them, but because they witnessed you. That's all it is. Love acts before you crumble, before the shutdown, before the withdrawal. It says, do you need space or softness right now? It doesn't even rush to fix. It offers presence without prescription. It reads your body like scripture and not a machine to be corrected. And it leaves room for the ugly, because not every part of you going to be poetic. Sure ain't. Sure ain't. Love is not profit based. So what I mean by this is that it's not just a edited down list of positive experiences. You're going to feel the whole wave. You're on the wave together. Right? Real love doesn't flinch, because sometimes the truth comes out messy, scared, jealous, and unfinished. All at the same time. Right? And it might come out agitating. Right? But it breathes deeper and it makes room without turning the moment into punishment. They didn't shut down because you were too much. They leaned in because you were finally felt safe enough to show it all. That's all it is. But here's another thing that love isn't. Love isn't recording every day. You forgot to text. You didn't show up perfect. You had an off day. Right? Like how a lot of people do. Real love doesn't build a case against you. It builds a memory around your intention. So they hold your heart, not your mistakes, right? Because that's what they're here to tend. Your heart, right? The field, right? That y'all are in together. But this is another one. This is going to be hard for some people. Love mirrors without stealing. You get to be your full self, and they don't take credit at all. They simply reflect your light without needing to own it. They amplify your joy without curating it for themselves. And they weren't proud of who they made you. They were proud of who you became in this field together. So to understand it behaviorally, because I wanted it to be something very visible and revisitable. Because real love is a door that opens every day, even when you're messy inside. It's a silence that's allowed to breathe. And it's a correction made with kindness, not condescension. And it's a fight that doesn't cancel the field, and a return to softness that happens after every rupture. Right? Like, it's a presence in the field together. So, just so people get it, what you have with a person is a bond. You don't have a person. You have a bond. Right? Like, and you have a bond worth naming. That's it.